as you guys know, we've been working on this paint booth here, this gigantic paint booth. We finished the drywall outside and it is now time for drywall inside. But this whole thing needs drywalled before we can even put lights or anything in it and actually get this thing up and running. Step one, we have to install the audio system. Here's honestly the speaker I got right now. They're both powered PA subs and speakers, so they both have amps, they both sound good, they both bump, and it's fantastic. And what I'm gonna do is put the amp for the paint booth right here, and then this amp will connect to Bluetooth there, and I'll put a signal out to that. I'll put a signal out to the paint booth, and I actually got another speaker for right inside of here to the powder coating room as well. Here's the collection of stuff I have for the paint booth here. Here's our amp. It's actually a 180 watt amp. Here's all the 70 volt speakers. Here is our wall switch. I had to get this out already to do this, but here's the volume switch for the wall. All of this was pretty, you know, basic. I got pretty much the cheapest stuff I could find because obviously it's a paint booth, but this stuff still sounds quite impressive. We're gonna get this out of the box in a second here, but as you can see here, look at this, two-way, so literally it's got a woofer and a tweeter, and it's a 70 volt in ceiling speaker. And now 70 volt, I mean I learned a whole bunch about this while I was researching this kind of stuff, but on a 70 volt system you can put as many speakers as you want. You can run 100, you can run 200, as long as you don't go over the wattage on your amp. This is a 180 watt amp. I think we can run each of these speakers at 40 watts, and then this one gets run at 20 watts, and we'll still be way under the 180 watts, but all of these speakers that we picked out for this can run at full power just fine. Okay, so we got our shelf mounted, like I said, just rough mount, and I definitely mounted the shelf brackets upside down because I couldn't find anything that was long enough for the amp at Home Depot that was worth anything. These were cheap and like $3 a piece compared to like the $15 ones that would have been longer, so it seems to work and it'll hold. I gotta run pretty much two zones here. Like I said, the 70 volt system allows us to put as many speakers as we want, all the way up to the maximum wattage of the amp. And like I said, if you want to add more speakers, you can always upgrade the amp. We got to run two zones, one for the paint booth, one for the powder coat booth. So powder coat booth a lot closer, so we're going to start with that one, and then we're going to run the second zone up and over, and then through all the conduit and stuff into the paint booth. That one should be fun, but we'll start with the close one. Okay, so like I've been explaining, 70 volt speakers are not the same as other speakers. This also works on a 100 volt system. This also works on a normal system at 8 ohms as well. But with 70 volt, there's like pretty much they add on a little like capacitor or something that allows you to run it on a 70 volt system. But as long as your speakers don't add up to the total amount of watts that your amp is putting out, you can run as many as you want. So here, because we have a 180 watt amp and we've got this speaker and 4 ceiling speakers so far. So running this all the way at 30 watts will be just fine, and running it at max power. Now if you wanted to add more speakers or another one in here, you could cut 1 to 15 and 1 to 15. I mean, you're still going to sound good, it's just you're cutting power to them, but you can run more speakers. Kind of up to you. You could put, you know, these at a different wattage to something else. They don't all have to run at the same. It's pretty cool, and it's a pretty unique system, but we're going to run them all at full wattage because our amplifier can push it and stay underneath 100 watts per channel or zone, and it's going to be pretty sick. Alright guys, well, we are completely out of drywall. As you can see by that, I miscalculated. And we did a couple other things as well. Pile's gone, both the drywall and the plywood completely gone. So we've made a ton of progress. As you can see, Ashley and I went through and finished the entire ceiling, this back wall, and as much else as we could do. Even down to the scrap, I made it work. Split the, I cut a piece off and I split the studs there to literally do as much as I could. Got the whole front wall done too, and the side pieces that we had to cut off here happened to fit here perfectly, 8 feet up, so 2 sheets tall. So we just slapped those on that wall as well. I pretty much just spent the entire day today trying to figure out how to make doors for this. That's literally my favorite. Trust me, this is the cheapest way I could have done this. I've gone through everything, the comments on the barn siding and all that stuff, and roll up garage doors and all that, yeah. But the cheapest way to literally do this is build the build some doors. So we're gonna build it, frame it, trim it, do all that, and put them in there. They're gonna swing open, kind of resemble the powder coating oven doors there. And everything should be good. Couple weather seals and some strips, and it should be decently airtight. We're obviously gonna build filters into it, so we can have an intake, and then there is our exhaust down. But a major key to this was the speakers there. There's no way I'm gonna be painting in here and not have some good sound, because obviously with this door closed, that door closed, and that one, and the windows for that matter, the speaker that's outside isn't really going to get in here too well, so you might hear some, you know, bumping, but you're not going to really get the full effect. When you're doing something like painting, you want to be in the zone. So we had to do it, and I went and got some, literally, like I said, some cheap 8-inch speakers. You know, these are going to be almost too loud for this booth, literally, when we get there. I was going to throw them in and test them out, but that would require me to come over here and then wire this switch as well and all that, and I just didn't want to get into all that to take it all back apart, because I gotta paint it, and then we can actually finally just install the speakers for good. But this is gonna be sweet. This is gonna turn on the lights down here, and then this is gonna be able to turn up and down the volume to the speakers. And then over here is going to be another welding outlet if I had ever had to weld something on a vehicle, and we can just do it in here. That actually happened because of a mistake, because I sent a nail through the line right there. So easiest thing to do would just be add another outlet and some extra wire. So we did that. And then back here, obviously we installed the amp for all this. Now eventually, this is a powered speaker and a powered sub, so I have them over here on this cord, and I could just plug them in. And then I now have an RCA running from there back here and into the speaker. So as soon as I turn this on, whatever signal, which would be the Bluetooth signal, goes to this and that sub. Somehow it made it 10 times clearer. Like it's audibly clearer, and it's quite weird because it sounds so clear now. It's crazy. I don't know if the receiver and the speaker isn't as good as an amp, or how it converts the signal. I mean, that has a built-in amp in it, but it's like so much clearer now with the additional amp added, which really is insane. But for right now, that's how it's going to be set up. The 1 amp going to the, you know, the powered speakers, and then that amp obviously powers this speaker in here. This thing's great, you know, bouncing off the walls. This thing gets really, really loud. Doesn't handle much bass well, but if you tune it back, it sounds pretty clear, and it does bump. I think Ashley and I, when we first installed that, we stood in here for probably like an hour and a half just listening, because it's quite impressive with just something like that, just a single speaker in an area like this, and an amp. Whether it's your, you know, a garage or an office, like it's the drop ceiling, you could sit there and install ceiling speakers all day long, super easy. And even wall speakers like this, super easy, and it would completely change the dynamic of that space like crazy. This is gonna come in so much handy, because when we're doing the Bronco lift kit and everything else we need to powder coat Ashley's bumpers and a multitude of other things, the wheels on the green truck, all of that, when we have to do that, the audio is just definitely necessary. That's just one like 4-inch speaker. Well, I guess there's 2 in one, but you know what I'm saying. This is 4 8-inch speakers, so this booth probably will get really, really obnoxiously loud. Like, I'm sure this booth could have gotten away with 2 of these, but I just wanted like equal sound all the way around. So I'm sure this thing's gonna get really loud, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. I can't wait, you know, to hear it. I know I've been working on this booth a long time, and I want to build things. And like I said, that Bronco is just sitting there, and I just want to get this thing done, and that Bronco in here, and it lifted, and it just completely transformed. Trust me. But we're definitely the closest we've ever been. I got one more load of drywall and one more load of wood. We're gonna get some big, like, industrial, like, home paint sprayers and just shoot this whole thing white on the inside and black on the outside and get this done. I got less than a week left, and we should have maybe 1 video left on this thing, and we can get busy. Like, honestly, this time 1 week has turned into like 9 or 10, so I'm really thinking this might be the last 1 week left thing here, because I think it's possible if we can get all that drywall and wood in the next couple days here. I think it's possible. But if you guys enjoyed this video, shoot a thumbs up. If you haven't been here before, please get down there, click subscribe. Hopefully in the next video you hear the speakers bumping and this thing is like taped and mudded and painted and ready to go, because that would be key. I also got to build 2 doors and finish this whole thing, and it's a lot of work, trust me, especially with mostly just Ashley and I doing this. It's a ton of work, but it's definitely going to be worth it, and hopefully somebody out there finds use of this video, whether it be now or in the future, when they want to build a booth, and just things like this to you know, consider when you build your, I wouldn't say this is my dream paint booth, but one of my dream paint booths, because it's truly my first actual standing one compared to the inflatable one. So just wanted to do it right, and I'm super excited to hear how those things sound. And I also added that right there for the subwoofer. If these don't pound enough, I can always just tap in right there with a 70-volt system, mount the sub on the wall, and this thing will definitely bump with an 8-inch sub up in the corner there. So, and we also got something else cool here. I guess you get to see this, but check this out. But we got a special package here from Boost Auto Parts. These are exciting. These are the new Luma steps. These are actually going on Ashley's Jeep right here, and with the lighting functions of those Luma steps, the orange powder coat is just gonna look extra spectacular. So just wait till we get these things installed, guys. These things are gonna be crazy. I can't wait to get this place all reorganized and cleaned back up and get busy on that Bronco. But like I said, hopefully one more video on that thing. It should look completely finished soon. And I just want to say thank you guys for your support. Leave me a comment if you haven't already. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.